What is so captivating about the mountains that we drag ourselves back at the first chance given, knowing fully well that we'll suffer, that the path we are choosing is not easy. What is so special in its call that triggers an inexplicable restlessness in our veins that never let us settle? These questions were raised before, and perhaps will be asked again. But how can we explain it to them? Whatever there is, whatever we are, is this. All the rush, the race, the pain, it ends here. And here, our life begins. Good morning, Pokhara. 2 years down the line after the Annapurna Base Camp trek, we are back again to embrace the lucrative charms of Pokhara. But this time, to answer the call of a whole new adventure. Usually it's just the three of us, roaming around like the three musketeers, exploring the mountains with our cozy yet heavy backpacks. From Annapurna to Everest, the story was the same. But this time we have returned to the mountains with a team of 12 members. But before that, let's relish the heart of Pokhara, Fewa Lake, and the lucrative shopper stop, the Mall of Pokhara. Relishing finger-licking good Chinese food with a view of the lake at Mongolian Chinese is a must for us. The chef's magic and the temptation of the dishes are simply irresistible. After a rather lengthy and hectic journey, we spent the rest day of our trek at the lakeside of Pokhara. Before indulging in our dinner, one vital task remains: the briefing. There is, and always will be a difference between a tour and a trek. Trekking is no walk in the park. It requires a certain amount of knowledge, discipline, and resilience. That's why the briefing from an experienced trekker becomes an essential guideline that ultimately helps navigating the challenges at the trail, staying put regarding the do's and don'ts, and completing the trek safe and sound. Okay, that drains your energy very quickly. Okay, so maintain a pace, not so fast, not so slow. Okay, and stick together. कोई भी दिक्कत हो चलते वक्त, कुछ भी दिक्कत हो, कोई परेशानी हो रही हो, address someone whom you are walking next to. Okay, don't suppress it because sometimes it happens कि mountain sickness हो जाता है. तो now it's time to indulge in Sunita's kitchen delicacy, where delicious Nepali chicken thali was waiting for us to wrap up the night perfectly. After the delicious dinner, the breakfast this morning is no exception to the taste buds. Something specially served to begin the wonderful journey. The classical route to Mardi Himal Trek usually commences with a car ride from Pokhara to Kand village, from where the official trek begins. But now the road accessibility has improved, making it possible to reach up to Pitham Deurali straight in a car. However, our plan was to start our trek from Dhampus. Unfortunately, the weather conditions were not in our favor from the beginning, making the already bad and risky motorable road even worse. We couldn't even reach Dhampus.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Our permits were verified at the checkpost as we were about to enter Annapurna Conservation Area. From Dhampus to Pitham Deurali, today's trail is not long. Leaving behind the small village of Putana, just 3 hours hike through the forest and you reach Pitham Deurali. We have reached our destination for the day. Today we are staying at Rupidi's cozy tea house. Much to our dismay, it has started raining. But the warmth of our hostess and the comfort of the accommodation is beyond question. The rooms are very comfortable with attached bathroom, along with free charging. Moreover, there's hot water facility, something very hard to imagine on a trek, especially when you're accustomed answering nature's call at the bosom of nature or hardly a toilet in during a trek. But when in Nepal, everything is possible, even at challenging altitudes. Since the distance we covered today was not that long, we decided to have our lunch today at the tea house of Pitham Deurali. And the menu is Nepal's famous chicken thakali. Garma garam bhat, dal, sabzi, papad, achar and chicken curry. With the cold drizzle outside, the food is soothingly tempting. The experience of staying at Nepal's tea houses are unique yet strangely familiar and cozy. Though the thakali is Nepal's speciality, the taste and the way she served the food reminded us of home. After last night's heavy rainfall, today is a rather good morning. Annapurna South, Machapuchare, Inchule and Mardi Himal are clearly visible. second day of our trek and the most hectic and challenging day as well. Because today we are going to cover a rather long distance from Pitham Deurali to straight low camp. In between, we are planning to take a short break and have our lunch at forest camp. The entire trail today is going to be through dense forest and an ascent through endless stairs of different shape and size. But this knee-breaking experience has its own reward. You will certainly have moe moments, but you will enjoy it nonetheless. The jungle itself gives a surreal experience, especially with the interference of sudden mists. The grassy meadows, the slight chill in the air is enough to give a gentle shiver and a hypnotizing environment. With trees looming overhead like regal sentinels, the forest seemed like a sea of green. Along with the pine and oak, the presence of this rhododendron forest is one of the most distinctive features of the Mardi Himal Trek. And at this time of the year, these stunning trees are in full bloom, painting the hillsides in vibrant red, pink and white. And it's not just more than 30 different types of rhododendrons. To add more color to the trail, magnolias, orchids, and prime roses are also stealing the show. There's a constant vibrancy in the forest, a symphony of sound that fills the atmosphere. From the rustling of leaves to the constant melodious chirping of beautiful birds. As we were having our lunch at the forest camp, it started raining cats and dogs. The entire trail from forest camp to the low camp is a steep ascent through the dense forest. And to make the situation much worse, we got stuck on the trail in a hailstorm. Navigating through narrow visibility, mud, and heavy downpour with non-stop hail showers, we somehow made it to the rest camp. Soaked to the skin in rain, we decided to proceed no further today and took shelter at the rest camp. Stuck amidst the thunderstorm and uncertainties, the only solace we have now is delicious food to satiate our hunger. A tasty dinner to ease the mood. And much to our tension, the weather keeps deteriorating. We welcomed a beautiful morning at the rest camp with delicious pancakes and honey. And oh yes, with a clear view of Machapuchare. Though our clothes are still soaking wet, much to our consolation, it has stopped raining. Well, at least for now. As per our schedule, today was supposed to be a less hectic day. But the weather completely jeopardized our plan yesterday and decided to throw more challenges. Today our first task is to make up for yesterday. First, we'll have to reach the low camp, from there all the way up to the high camp. But because of the chance occurrence, we are going to experience the diverse range of flora and fauna of this region. A variety of ecosystems, from lush forests to high-altitude alpine terrain, in a single day. The first half of the trail from the rest camp to low camp runs through the beautiful dense forest with much denser presence of rhododendrons and magnolia. Because of yesterday's shower, even the green trail is decked now in red, with freshly fallen rhododendrons making the trail look like a natural floral carpet to walk on. After trekking for 2 hours, we have finally reached the low camp. To amplify the natural beauty of the place even further, everywhere you look, the trail to the forest, it looks like nature has put on a robe of rhododendrons. Low camp itself welcomes you with a stunning view of the Machapuchare. The presence of the vibrant forest with the chirping of even more beautiful birds, the journey up to the Mardi Himal low camp offers a trek to cherish forever. It connects trekkers to nature without being excessively strenuous and leaves you returning home with incredible stories of peace and wonder. With a handful of cluttering tea houses perched at an altitude of 2,990 meters, low camp is all decked in crimson here right now. From low camp, another hour of ascent through the forest led us to middle camp or Badaldanda. Here, the real alpine meadows begin to unfold. Currently, we are at the highest point and the last tea house of Badaldanda, sitting at the dining of Hotel Panorama. Altitude approximately 3,300 meters. It's lunchtime. Before the final push to the high camp, we are focusing on delicious food served from Roshan Bhai's kitchen. Chicken momos, macaroni, fried rice and special achar. Once we arrived at Badaldanda, we were prepared to be astounded by the breathtaking view of Annapurna, Fishtail and Hinchale. But instead, we got a complete whiteout. In place of the white snow-clad giants, it seemed like someone has painted a greyish mist all over the landscape.
Left.
From here, the last stretch of the trail to reach the high camp begins. Though the entire trail is well paved with stones, the most interesting and perhaps somewhat freakish part is that from here up to the high camp, it's moreover a complete ridge walk with a sheer fall on both sides. And the gloominess of the weather obscuring the visibility with its dense moody mists is making the trail even more challenging to walk on. The weather is not good at all. At the same time, we are having momentary interventions of snowfall. The monotonous ridge walk magically shifted, and a snowy wonderland welcomed us 30 minutes ahead of high camp. And to speak of the high camp, well, it's entirely merged in snow. I must admit, the snow-clad campsite looks magical, but a very important question remains. If we are having this much snow here, then exactly how much snow we will be having tomorrow? Tonight we are in a rush. Early dinner and early to bed, because tonight is the moment of the final action. By midnight, we will be out on the trail again for the ultimate summit push, the last stretch of the journey to the Mardi Himal viewpoint.
Hello, Goro. Swashi.
Hello.
पीछे क्या है? Avijit.
No, it's not a good morning. Not at all. We can call it rather bad, if not terrible. Something definitely not what we anticipated or expected. Following our plan, we commenced our summit push at around 3:30, piercing the heart of the darkness of the night with shimmering light of head torch, geared up with micro spikes, marching through the thick layers of snow and occasional ice patches. anticipating a breathtaking view with the breaking of the dawn. The dawn broke, but the clutches of darkness remained. A shroud of sorrow is breaking our hearts right now, for it seems all the hard toils of the journey went in vain. Complete whiteout. Seems like some mischievous wizard has completely wiped out the magnificent view of the Himalayas that the Mardi Himal Trek so generously offers. We're still pushing forward and trying to keep the mood light by cracking jokes all the way up. Zero visibility. Honestly, that's our reality. Forget about the view. Even the viewpoint has vanished behind dense fog a few minutes back. It's a complete snow march. Ah, finally! Maybe pleased with our determination, the snow giants are somewhat peeping now through the clouds. The first glimpse of the Annapurna range with the mighty Annapurna south, Machapuchare, Hinchule, Dholagiri. The sheer willingness to chase the top, embracing the uncertainties, finally seems worthwhile. It's definitely worth it. Mountains never disheartened. The mighty Himalaya didn't wave us back empty-handed. People like us who are completely crazy and bold enough to call this dangerous wilderness home live for moments like this. For just 7 minutes, all the ranges showed up with their full grandeur. The entire Annapurna range with Annapurna South standing tall in front of us, Machapuchare on the other side, Hinchule, Dholagiri. Oof, what a view. The weather has turned grumpy again. The viewpoint has totally vanished behind the dense cloak of dark clouds. Wherever we turn now, the ghost grey mist is engulfing everywhere. So much so that it's becoming difficult even to trace our trekmates moving within close proximity. Now begins the bigger challenge, navigating the snow march descent safely. We were already marching at 13,780 feet, a daunting altitude. And to come all the way down in such acute weather, it's quite risky.
नमस्ते ब्रस तिनीहरूले नि एकचोटि गर्छ नि तिनीहरूको फेरि
वाह, बहुत खूबसूरत है। After a tiresome snow march of around 7 hours from midnight, we returned first back to high camp where we had our breakfast and then moved further down to Badal Danda at Hotel Panorama. The thrill and the toil of the day made us extremely hungry, so the lunch became a hearty feast. After a successful adventure, our joyous spirit became busy exploring the game of cards. It rained the whole night, followed by snowfall. But this morning has totally erased the horrors of last night. Befitting its name, the Hotel Panorama offers a grand view. All the ranges stand clear. Even the high camp is visible from here now. What can we say? Nature's magic. You never know what's next. Today is the last day of our Mardi Himal Trek. From Badul Danda, we'll be heading all the way down to Siding. A 5-hour trek of endless stairs through the dense forest. Our car is waiting at Siding to take us back to Pokhara. Though it's leveled as a beginner's trek, Mardi Himal Trek, done in certain times of the year, can be a unique and rewarding experience, even to the experienced trekkers. The view of the Himalayas, the beauty of the forest is beyond doubt fascinating. So if you wish to explore this magnificent route with ease and care, then don't forget to contact us.
ये बच्ची को लाने में बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ा। आऊंगी नहीं आऊंगी, आऊंगी नहीं आऊंगी। लाल सलाम। लाल सलाम। लाल बड़ी